hope we pray for better days.
Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're fine at your home. Welcome back to today's Vidyanagar online science class. We are about to discuss graphical representation of motion in our today's class. We are going to discuss about velocity time graph for uniform motion or uniform velocity, velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, velocity time graph for variable acceleration. Shall we begin our today's class? Okay. What are the uses of velocity time graph? Velocity time graph is used to determine speed of a body at any instant of time. Velocity time graph is used to determine acceleration of a body. Velocity time graph is used to determine the total distance traveled by an object in a given time interval. Okay, so what are the uses of velocity time graph? Velocity time graph is used to determine the speed of a body at any instant of time. Velocity time graph is used to determine the acceleration of a body. Velocity time graph is used to determine total distance traveled by an object in a given time. So these are the uses of velocity time graph. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about velocity time graph for a uniform motion or uniform velocity. You can use either uniform motion or uniform velocity. Both give same meaning. Right. So what we are going to discuss first? We are going to discuss about velocity time graph for a uniform velocity or uniform motion. What is uniform velocity? Uniform velocity means same velocity or constant velocity. Throughout the journey, same velocity, or starting to ending, same velocity, or initial velocity or final velocity is same. Okay, so for example, suppose if it is 40 km per hour or 40 meter per second. Suppose the velocity is 40 meter per second. How you mark this 40 meter per second in the graph? If you mark this 40 meter per second in the graph, you have to do like this, for 10 seconds 40, for 20 seconds 40, or for 30 seconds 40, it goes like this, which means you will get a line like this. When you join these dots, how we marked that? We marked 40 meter per seconds for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, etc. Right? So just like one, you will get the points, one point here, another point. So it is in a straight line. Right? So when you join this line, you get a straight line. Correct? So how we explain about this? Which means velocity time graph for uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So what is the shape of velocity time graph? Velocity time graph is a straight line. The velocity time graph for a uniform motion or a uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So it's a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. See, so before that, what we have to plot on x-axis and y-axis. It is clear that you have to represent time on the x-axis and you have to represent velocity on the y-axis. So time on the x-axis and velocity on the y-axis, and the shape of a velocity time graph for a uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So it's a straight line. So this we discussed earlier, right? So if the line is like this, how to represent them, or how to use them? See, so this is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So what is the shape of velocity time graph? It's very important for you, okay? So the shape of velocity time graph for a uniform motion or a uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So it's a straight line. See, you can't say simply it's a straight line because we have different types of straight line, right? So this is one of such type of straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. So what is the shape of velocity time graph for uniform velocity? It's a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. It's a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. Okay, see, next we are going to discuss about, you can see velocity on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. When you multiply velocity and time, what we get? What we get when you multiply velocity and time? Exactly, it's distance or displacement. How? See, we have studied earlier that speed or velocity equal to distance by time. Distance by time. So how we find the equation for the distance? This is distance. V, speed or velocity, S distance, T time. So how we make an equation for distance? Distance S equal to velocity into time. Distance S equal to velocity into time. That means when you multiply velocity into time, we get displacement. So actually what we are going to find out from this graph, we are going to find out distance or displacement. How we proved that? Actually it's a velocity time graph, right? It's a velocity time graph. But what we get from this graph? We get displacement or distance from this graph. Why? Because we have already studied that when velocity into time, we get distance. Okay, so how to find that? For that, what you have to do, see, two lines like this, right? Okay, and see what it means 40. What is the meaning of this? 40 means, so here that initial velocity, here that uniform velocity is 40. Starting to ending, same velocity. Okay, then what we done now? We have to draw two lines and mark them as this is T1 and T2. Right, and name them as A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Right. So in order to make an equation for the distance or displacement, first we drawn two lines to the time axis and mark them as T1 and T2 and also give them names like A, B, C, D. Okay, which means, see, the area under the rectangle ABCD. So just assume this as the rectangle. So area under, so what is this? This is, shaded portion. So the area under the ABCD. So this is the area. So the shaded portion is the area. So when you find the area of this rectangle ABCD, we will get what? Distance. So area under the rectangle ABCD gives you distance or displacement. So this markings means what? It's area. So the area under rectangle ABCD gives you distance or displacement. How? What is the equation for the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle equal to length into breadth. So area, so the area under the rectangle ABCD gives you distance or displacement. So how to find the area of the rectangle? Length into breadth, which means AC into CD. Area of rectangle ABCD equal to AC into CD. AC into CD. So what is this? This is area. Area equal to length into breadth. What is the equation for the area of rectangle? Length into breadth, which means AC into CD. What is AC? This distance is 40. Why it is 40? Because this is 0, no? 0. Right? S2 minus S1. S2 minus S1 or V2 minus V1. So here 40 minus 0. 40 minus 0 is 40. Or what is the uniform velocity of this graph? It is 40. So this distance AC is 40. Right? Into, what about CD? CD means time. CD means time. How we find the time? T2 minus T1. So here the time is T2 minus T1. So area of ABCD gives you distance. On finding the area of rectangle ABCD, what we get? We get distance S. So the area of rectangle ABCD, which means S equal to 40 into T2 minus T1 is the equation for this graph. What is actually this? This is distance or displacement. Why? Because when we multiply velocity into time, we get distance. So now we just made an equation for the distance by drawing a rectangle ABCD, and the area under the rectangle ABCD gives you distance or displacement, and the area of rectangle equal to length into breadth, that is AC into CD. AC means 40 and CD means T2 minus T1. So S equal to 40 into T2 minus T1. Okay. So the velocity time graph for uniform motion or uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. It's a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis, and area under the rectangle ABCD gives the distance, which means from the velocity time graph we can find the distance or displacement. And this is the way to find the distance or displacement. First you have to make a rectangle and name them ABCD. Then you can find the area by the equation length into breadth, that is AC into CD. Here the AC is 40 and CD equal to T2 minus T1. So the thing you have to understand from this graph is that the shape for the velocity time graph for uniform motion or uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis, which means there is no change in the velocity starting to ending. It's same or constant velocity. That's why we get a straight line parallel to time axis or x-axis. Velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity or change in velocity by time. Right? If there is change in the velocity, you can consider such motion as the accelerated motion. Right? So, change in velocity by time is acceleration. So, which means that if there is a change in the acceleration, if there is change in the velocity, there you can see the acceleration. So, if the acceleration is uniform, which means what? The velocity change is equal in equal intervals of times, which means if the velocity change is equal in equal intervals of time, such type of motion is uniformly accelerated motion. If the velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time, such motion is uniformly accelerated motion, which means uniform acceleration means velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time. Right. So, the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration is a straight line passing through the origin. So, the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration is a straight line passing through the origin. Why it is a straight line? Because in case of uniform acceleration, velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time. So these two are in equal, so you will get a straight line passing through the origin. So for the velocity time graph, what we represent on x-axis? We represent time on the x-axis and velocity on the y-axis, and uniform acceleration means velocity change in equal amounts in equal intervals of time. So you will get a straight line passing through the origin. So what is the shape of velocity time graph for uniform acceleration? It's a straight line passing through the origin. If it is a straight line, which indicates velocity is directly proportional to time. So if you get a straight line passing through the origin, it is clear that the velocity is directly proportional to time. In that case only you will get a straight line. So in case of uniform acceleration, velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time. So you will get a straight line passing through the origin, and also there is another point that velocity is directly proportional to time. And we discussed in the previous section that velocity into time gives distance or displacement. So same you can apply in this graph also. When you multiply velocity and the time, you get the distance. So what you get from this graph? You get distance from the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So what we are going to find from this graph? We are going to find distance or the displacement from the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So how to find that? For that, draw the lines like this. Draw lines, and it is extend to the time axis, and also draw another line and extend to the time axis. Okay, see some blended, correct it. So extend it to time axis, and when you join here, you will get a shape named trapezium. So this is a trapezium. Okay, so first we have to draw the lines like this. Okay, and you have to join. When you join, you will get a shape named trapezium, and after that you have to give the name like this. You see, A, B, C, D, E. You have to give the name like this, right? Okay, then next your task, and then how we find the distance or displacement from this graph? The shaded portion gives you distance or displacement. When you find the area of this shape, you get the distance or displacement. So how to find the distance or displacement? If you want to get the distance or the displacement, first you have to find out the area of this shape. So if you find the area of the trapezium A, B, C, D, E, you will get the distance or displacement. So how to find distance or displacement from this graph? First you have to find the area of the shape trapezium A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so you have to find the area of trapezium A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Next you have to do what you have to divide this shape into two, like this is a triangle and this is a rectangle. Okay, so you can divide the trapezium A, B, C, D, E into two, like rectangle A, B, C, D and triangle A, D, E. Right? So in the next step, you can divide this shape into rectangle and triangle. What is the name of the rectangle? Rectangle ABCD and triangle ADE. Okay. So in the next step, divide the trapezium into, rectangle ABCD and triangle ADE. Triangle ADE. Okay, then how we find the area then? If you find the area of rectangle ABCD and area of triangle ADE, then you add this. Okay, so you can divide this trapezium into two. So you can find the area of rectangle ABCD and the area of triangle ADE separately and you can add these two, then you will get a distance and displacement. So area of triangle ABCD plus area of triangle ADE will give you distance or displacement. Clear? So on first you have to draw the lines like this. So on drawing the lines, you will get a shape like A, B, C, D, E. So that's a trapezium A, B, C, D, E. Then you can divide the trapezium A, B, C, D into rectangle A, B, C, D and triangle A, D, E. On finding the sum and finding the area, you will get the distance or displacement. Okay, then I have to find the area of rectangle ABCD, length into breadth. See, length AB into BC. So what is the area of rectangle? AB into length into breadth, AB into BC plus, so length of area of the rectangle, length into breadth, AB into BC plus, what is the equation to find the area of triangle? Half BH. What is the equation for the area? See, half B into H. So this is the equation to find the area of triangle. How to find the area of triangle? Half into base into height. Okay, so half into AD into DE. So half into BH, base, AD into DE. So what is the area? This area gives you distance. So how to find the distance or displacement in this graph? For that, first you draw the lines like this. On joining, you will get a shape like trapezium ABCDE and then divide the trapezium into triangle and the rectangle, triangle ABCD and plus rectangle ABCD plus triangle ADE. Then find their areas. Area of the rectangle AB into BC means length into breadth and the area of triangle half into BH. So AD into DE and this is distance. So from this graph we can find the equation for the distance and the displacement. S equal to AB into BC plus half into AD into DE. So first we made the trapezium ABCD, then we divided the trapezium into rectangle ABCD and the triangle ADE. Then we have to find their areas. Area of the rectangle, length into breadth, AB into BC plus the area of the triangle half BH, half into AD into DE will give you the distance and the displacement, and the shape of the velocity time graph for a uniform acceleration is a straight line passing through the origin, and from velocity time graph of a uniform acceleration we can find the distance. Okay, so the area under the trapezium ABCDE gives you distance or the displacement, and on finding the areas you will get the distance S equal to AB into BC plus half into AD into DE. Okay, velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration. See, non-uniform acceleration means what? Unequal, the velocity changes unequal amounts in equal intervals of time. Different velocities in times, right? So if there is different velocity, we have to plot that readings here and there. Okay, if we plot that here and there, we will get different shapes. So the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration or variable velocity is it will be any shape. Let it be any shape, different shapes. So we cannot say any name for this shape. So just we can conclude like that the velocity time graph for non-uniform velocity or non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration is a curve. Curve means what? You can assume any shape. So there is no special name for the shape. So you can conclude like it's a curve. So what is the shape of velocity time graph for variable acceleration? It's a curve. See? Velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration is a curve. Any shape, you can assume any shape, it's a curve. You just write it's a curve. Curve means any shape, no particular shape. According to the value, we will get different shape. So you can say as any shape, that is a curve. So the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration is a curve. Okay, it's a curve. And also you can see other two graphs on the board. Right. Normally, we draw the, straight line to up. Right. Just in the previous section, we discussed that if the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration is a straight line passing through the origin. So the graph is like this. So if the graph is moving up, which means velocity increases. If the shape is to up, just like, which means the velocity increases. But here you see, here it is coming down. So this is 0. Actually, what is this? This is 0. So the velocity decreases to 0. So if the shape of the graph is towards down, if it is coming down, which indicates velocity decreases with time. If it is going up, if the graph is going up, or if it is passing through the origin, which means velocity increases with time. If the graph is to up, if the graph is moving up, which means velocity increases with time. If it is coming down, which means velocity decreases to 0. It's very important point. Keep it in your mind. If the graph is coming down, if the graph is like this, if it is touches here, which means velocity decreases to 0. So what is the meaning of this graph? This graph means velocity decreases with the time. So if it is going up, if the graph is going up, which means velocity increases with the time. If the graph is going like this, if it is passing through the origin, which means velocity increases with time. Here it is coming down, which means velocity decreases with the time. And also you can see, different shape, which means this is the graphical representation of non-uniform velocity or non-uniform acceleration. The acceleration also we can say, there is no particular shape, any shape, variable nature. This shows the variable nature of the velocity or acceleration. And this is, velocity decreases to 0, and if it is up, velocity increases to, in some extent, velocity increases. And this is the, it means uniform, non-variable nature of the graph, right? Any shape, like a curve. Okay, so the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration is a curve, and if the graph is coming down, which means velocity decreases with the time. If it is going up, velocity increases. If you get the shape like this, which means the variable nature, which means it may be the graphical velocity time graph or uniform acceleration, or velocity time graph for non-uniform velocity. Any shape, you can assume as any shape. Okay, you can see some velocity time graphs on the board, right? First you see what it means. This is the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, right? Which means that it's a straight line passing through the origin. It's a straight line passing through the origin, and also other point, the velocity increases with time. I told you, if the graph is going up, which means velocity increases with the time. And another point you see, here the graph is starting from here, origin, which means initial velocity equal to 0. Here the initial velocity equal to 0. So what are the points we have to understand from this graph? This is the graphical representation of velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, and it's a straight line passing through the origin, and here the velocity increases with the time, and the initial velocity u equal to 0. And you see here, normally the graph is starting from here, but this graph started from here, which means initial velocity is not equal to 0. If the initial velocity is 0, the graph starts from here. Got it? If the initial velocity is 0, the graph must start from the origin. But here the graph start from this point, which means what? Initial velocity is not 0. Initial velocity not equal to 0. Initial velocity not 0. If the graph starts from here, which means initial velocity equal to 0. Here after some time the graph started from here, right? Which means initial velocity, what is the, how can we pronounce this? Initial velocity u is not equal to 0. U is not equal to 0. This is the pronunciation, right? Okay, u is not equal to 0. Why u is not equal to 0? Because if the graph from here, it is clear that u equal to 0, but the object is starting from here, right? So u is not equal to 0, and after that the velocity increases to up. After that point, the velocity increases to to up. Okay. And what about this? See, here you can see the darkened line. Darkened line means what? Object is at rest. Object at rest means what? That object is not moving. If the object is not moving, there is no position change, there is no velocity, nothing. So you can draw this. So this is the graphical representation of object is at rest. Darkened line, right? Object is at rest means object is not moving. And you see here, this is a graphical representation of the object thrown vertically downwards. Object thrown vertically, it's vertically upwards. Object thrown vertically upwards. Upwards. Why? How the object thrown upwards? You know, normally we are throwing the object up, right? We are throwing the object up, but the object is coming down now. We are throwing that object up, correct? So when we throw a stone to up, it is going up and at the same time it is coming down. So this line shows you that the object is coming down. The object is coming down. So the downward arrow or downward line shows you or tells you that that thrown object is coming down. We are throwing the object up, but it is coming down. That's why the graph is coming down. In the previous case, you know, other line only up to this, which means u equal to 0. V equal to 0. But here that line is coming down, which means that object is coming down. So this is the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. It's a straight line passing through the origin. Here initial velocity u equal to 0 and the velocity increases with time. Here the u is not equal to 0 and the object is starting from here. After that the velocity is increasing. Okay, this is the graphical representation of object is at rest because the object is not moving. Here we are throwing the object up, but it is coming down. Okay, it's time for us to conclude our today's class. Watch the video carefully. We will meet you soon with another video. Until then, it's bye. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day ahead.